Welcome, bow betters. Man, I look like crap. Welcome, bow betters. Welcome to Cafecito con Robertito. Grab some coffee, you'll feel better. I stole that from somebody else, but welcome, bow betters. Welcome to the stream. We'll see if anyone actually joins us today. And if nobody doesn't, good morning. I do have a topic for today, but welcome, bow betters. Welcome to grab some coffee. Yeah, man, I look like shit. I look like crap. I need a haircut and a shower. I look like I haven't had any sleep, but I've had plenty of sleep. I don't have the collared shirt on, which I think helps me look a little better. And then also, let's get the camera back a little bit. But welcome, bow betters. Let's see if anybody else does join us here in the stream. Welcome, people. Yeah, you can't. Let me see if I can get these colors differently. Does that help either? Get some different color in our lives. Right, get some different color in our lives. I think the blue helps any bit. So some people don't even have lighting. I actually don't want to go there. Don't want to go there. Let's stop that. Let's stop the hate. But welcome, bow betters. Welcome to MMA Sip and Smoke. We are not smoking right now. Soon we will be able to indeed smoke. We will. Weather is going to get better. We're going to be at that stage where we can. Why am I not in the center? I get matters. Maybe it's just my visual here. I don't know. It is what it is, people. It is what it is. Nobody's in the chat. No Ray Cephas, no Joey. Topics. We have topics for this morning. Non-political, we have some MMA. We could talk MMA for sure. Full sheezy. There is an MMA event today. This weekend. Is it this weekend in England? Edwards versus Brady, right? Not the best of matches. Here, let me pull that up for you, people. Just for the hell of it, we'll run, or at least I'll show it to you. I wanted to actually talk about other stuff, but if people do come into the stream, we can discuss the ESPN event. Let me get myself right. We can. I don't mind it. I don't mind talking about UFC. You know, I love UFC. That's what we started the channel with. That's what we were really about, right? There we go. There goes me. That's cool. I don't need my headspace on. Nope, wrong one. Yeah, there we go. We'll get that one out of there. And let's see if we could pull up the Fight Center a little better. Oh, no. Don't get me out of there. Just for maximum visibility, this channel is optimized. Yeah, it's hard to see. I could make myself even teenier is what I need to do, and then put myself below or above. Yeah, I guess I could do that. Right? Might as well fuck around with this since I do have nobody in the stream, right? So I could put myself in a little corner like this, right? And then have ESPN larger. Right? And then put me in front of ESPN, right? Come on. Yeah, and then make myself teenier still, because I'm still too large. Yeah, and I can still talk. And we have the fights. I need to be teenier still, maybe down in the bottom here. Top, where do I look better, people? Do we even know? Do we even care? Do we even care? No. No one really friggin' cares. Just like my silly yeah, it looks a little better. That'll work. Whether I'm below or above, it doesn't matter. I don't need to be above. We're gonna rise above. We're gonna rise above. No, above takes over. Boom. There we go. Interesting. Oh, I'm not even gonna go there. Yeah, so we have Brady Edwards. I think it's actually a good matchup. I think yeah, it is striker versus grappler, but I think Brady's striking isn't horrible. But we know Edwards is underestimated. He just had a bad outing against Bilal, and that's the problem in this matchup here is that Brady also has a chin. Brady's hard to finish, and Bilal just has a chin. The guy's got no neck. He's very tough to, he's been stunned before. I don't think he's even been knocked down in the UFC. I don't know if the UFC still keeps those stats, the knockdown stats. Let me make sure that we're still going live here, people. That I'm here in the chat, Bubba in the chat. Been stunned before? Yeah, okay, so I'm still here. Be coming in loud and hot. That's all right. We do that. Hold on, people. Get it even larger. You know what I mean, people? You know what I mean? Get it even larger. Yeah, that looks good. That worked. That works a lot better, doesn't it? Because you could actually see the tail of the tape. So if we're doing that, let's start at the bottom. Let's start at the bottom here. Kutaladze versus Cano Fernandez. Right? Yeah, let's see how that comes out, people. Let's see. Cafecito con Robertito. It's going to be interesting going back to the old format where, let's see where I end up. Well, why doesn't it show that? And again, it's good that I'm able to. Yeah, it doesn't have to show the top part. It doesn't have to show. I wish I could shrink this part here. Nah, it doesn't have to show. It just needs to show the fighters there. That's enough for me. Kutsalate is the guy in the yellow. Cauê Fernandez is the Brazilian in the black shorts, right? Do they have? They usually have a line lately. They don't have a line yet. Yeah, they don't have a line on this fight here, and I bet. Let's see if DraftKings has a line on it. I mean, it's going to favor Kutsalatse for sure. Yeah, minus 440. I mean, he's at home. He's in Europe. He trains with Kamzat. I think he's a little overrated, but he could definitely finish this guy. I'm going to stay away from it, but it looks like they're going to start us off with a banger. Why is that? Why is that there? Why is that way? Okay, it's because, boom. Yeah, we'll figure this out at some point. Welcome, bout better. Should I play the music again? Nobody's in the stream. Sometimes when nobody's in the stream, I wonder if I should even continue. It's like, well, does anybody really watch this? And very few people play this back. I know that for a fact. So I would probably get as many views as I have, and that's why I definitely don't put on a jacket or a shirt when I'm drinking the coffee. That would be a nice coffee stain right there, and it's going to be. It's going to be a nice coffee stain. But yeah, yeah, right, yeah. Well, I mean, let's see what this turns into, right? Whether, it. I haven't watched any film on the Brazilian. I probably have seen him. I just don't recall. A lot of times with these fighters, I've seen everybody, right? If they, unless they haven't been in the UFC before, which is common, right? We have a lot of newcomers and first timers in the UFC, but for the most part, I've seen them all. If they were in Dana White's Contender Series, I just don't remember. But Kurtzelotze plus 440 special, plus 440 special. All right, next fight: Nathan Fletcher versus Colin Lonergan. Lonergan, yeah, we did see him. He's definitely the favor in this one as well, right? Fighting in home. Let's see how usually the Europeans do very, very well. Lonergan actually is an underdog against Nathan Fletcher, who's from England, right? So it's the English guy. Have they faced each other before? Let's see here. I wonder if they faced each other in Longer and lost to Hadley. But he's got more experience. Is not a wrestler though. This guy, Nathan Fletcher, has got averages a ton of takedowns. He's a grappler so far. At least he's got a submission via arm triangle. Right? I'd have to look at the film on Fletcher. Right? Both at 135. Similar reach. Both orthodox. Logarin is a more active striker, but not very accurate at all. And he absorbs a lot. And he doesn't have great striking defense. Takedown average, man, is ridiculous for Fletcher, but that's probably because he fought a can. So it's tough with a lot of these stats here when we're talking of stats. It's like, well, they fought cans, right? Anybody can have like great UFC stats or stats on UFC stats, I should say, when they're fighting cans, right? I mean, anybody can have that. So I'm going to stay away from it. Look at another Irish woman, Shauna, in Irish. Conor McGregor was here in the United States talking to our president. He was talking to our president, and yes, what did he say? He probably hadn't. He said nothing. Nothing of fucking importance, that's for sure. Oh, I could have my whatever ahead of me, but again, there's nobody here. Wow, look at the Brazilian's more active. But she doesn't have the reach. She's not at home, man. It's tough for these Brazilians to come across the pond especially from Brazil. And Puja Tomar is the underdog here against Shauna. Right? Whoa. Yeah, both coming off wins. Again, it's a low level MMA match, right? I don't remember. I have probably seen each of these women before. Both are softball versus softball, same age. Punja is a little more active. Both have horrible striking accuracy. Puja absorbs more strikes per minute. And again, why am I even going over these stats? It's dog or pass. It's Puja or nothing, right? I'd have to look at these. It's Puja or nothing. It's dog or pass, but I'm not betting on it. I'm not looking forward to it. And I'm not quitting on the stream yet, even though I do have time. I got my real topic of today was going to be discussing at my age, clutter and possessions, right? On a philosophical tip, but nobody wants to fucking discuss that, right? I could smell my lovely candle over here, by the way. Nobody really cares about my candle either. Nobody cares about my candle either. When you guys want to see my candle video, do you really care? Go look at my shorts. Making shorts. Something happened with one of the jobs that I was applying for. Boom. Made a payment. Made a payment for my phone to keep open. Keep the line on. Keep the line on. Christian Leroy Duncan versus Andre Pulev. Well, I don't know a lot about this Andre Pulev, right? Pulev, right? They're both, well, one switch, one southpaw. Duncan's a beast, man. But, I don't know. Let's see, grappling. Right away, you see grappling. You see that Pulev and you think grappling. Duncan's coming off a loss against Rodrigo, but he has a win against Ribeiro, a win against Tulin, a loss against Petrosian, and a victory over Todorovic, which isn't saying much. Andre Pulevic, he beat Liam Anderson in Dana White Contender Series in a decision, so I'm surprised he's getting the nod here, but he is there. Let's look at the Pulev's is the big underdog. So I'm assuming we'll see on Wednesday when the fights come out that they're looking at Duncan to get the KO here because he is a prolific striker. I mean, the dude just built like a tank and definitely has the huge striking advantage here. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Get over there. Yeah. Yep. Welcome, bout betters. Welcome, bout betters. Stay away from that. But yeah, actually I told people to stay away from a lot of the finishes that were happening last week, and we had a lot of finishes. A lot of people think that there was a great event because there were finishes. I mean, come on. Somebody still, two submission via Kimura. Doesn't happen a lot in the UFC. Tough guys, tough people. No, there wasn't a spinning wheelhouse kick this weekend. But, there were some decent finishes, and a lot of them, which was great. But was it a great card? I think the main event was good. People probably thought that was not a good fight, but man, that was a back and forth battle. I was just so impressed with Vittori and Delotse's strength, man. Those guys can take it. That's why they're a problem for any. They're always dangerous. And yeah, someone could say, oh, they're just a punching bag, but at any time, if they fight somebody who doesn't have a chin, that doesn't like getting hit, both those guys are a problem. And I think both of them should deserve a lot of credit. Even Vittori for coming off of surgery and, going to that event, it was a big deal. So very impressive by both guys. Oh, it's my boy Marcin Tybura versus Mick Parkin. Ooh, this is going to be a good matchup. Because Marcin Tybura has got a ton of experience, and that's why it is an even match, right? Tybura can wrestle, can clinch. He's very good in the clinch. But this guy Parkin is just better at, he's good everywhere, right? It's going to be a good fight, and usually I would say in this instance take dog, especially since it's Marcin Tybura and he's got more experience. But it being at home and the way Tybura just starts really slow, and if Mick Parkin goes in there, he could starch him. I would jump on Mick getting this, like, if he could start fast, which I would tell him to do, I'd be like, do not wait on this guy. Do not try to reach, figure out your reach. Marcin Tybura doesn't really have that one punch stopping power. I would say don't go crazy at him, right? Don't just charge him like a bull, but attack this guy. Really come forward quickly. And I would jump on Mick Parkin right now, man. I think he could finish Marcin Tybura, even though Marcin's a very tough finisher. Marcin's been a big moneymaker for me. Tiburia, as Danny used to call him. Tiburia, Marcin Tiburia. Like, I'm big Marcin Tiburia fan, even though, from the money perspective, his fighting style is probably not the best. He's a smotherer, smother, dirty boxer, get you on the ground. Not a good submission guy. He's definitely a control guy. Not quite lay and pray. He does stay active, but once he's on you, he is tough to get off of you. But Mick might be able, in terms of grappling, he's not a bad grappler himself. I believe he does train with Aspinall, which is not a bad grappling partner, right? If he isn't, he should. Even though they're both heavyweights, he should be training with Aspinall. Even though they could meet each other in the future, the chances of he's just not that kind of talent. If I were Parkin, I'd be like, I'm training with Aspinall, even though I'm not that talent. Maybe someday I get there and then I fight him. I decide I go to a different camp, and then we fight. Once the championship is there. But if I were Parkin, I would definitely be training with Aspinall as much as possible, because iron trains strengthens iron, but the best skills help skills. It isn't just iron trains iron. It really is like, you're training with the champion. You're gonna get close. You're gonna level up. Just like people played around Jordan, people played around Steph Curry. It just always makes people better. So right now, though, Mick Parkin, for sure, jump on it at -115. Scared money don't make money. I'd have to go right now. Right now, before it goes up. He's at home. Marcin Tybura, he's a Polish fighter. He's in Europe. He's not going to have the same problem, but in front of the English fans, which is always a little tough, but it can motivate you a little bit more. I'm going to say Mick Parkin now, and he's going to finish him, I hope. It's going to be a tough finish, but he better. Because if he doesn't, Marcin will beat him. Eventually, will dirty box him, get him in there, and he will beat them. So next we got Lanner Kavanaugh versus Felipe Dos Santos. And here is where I am, I need to look at more at Lanner Kavanaugh, but Felipe Dos Santos, again, trains with Oliveira, right? They've also been collaborating with the Fight Nerds, right? So it is a dog or pass situation. I would not parlay Lanner here. Lanner Kavanaugh, I would not parlay him. But, do as you will. People still do it. But I think Felipe Dos Santos here, he is coming off a loss against Lima. He has a great victory against Ata Moreno and a loss against Cop. And I think that Cop loss, was a decision, right? And he barely lost it, right? Like he lost that fight. He was barely outstruck, didn't have a ton of control time. Like the total strikes was 186 against, actually 116 against 101. And Felipe Dos Santos was actually more active in that fight against Cop. It was just that Cop landed the more significant strikes at 112. Not a ton more, but a ton of percentage. Well, so he was just landing better. The control was a non-factor here. So I'm on Felipe Dos Santos' dog. He might be my dog of the week here. The only problem that I have with him is that he's traveling from fucking Brazil all the way. And the UFC does this to the Brazilians constantly, man. They always put a bunch of Brazilians on these European cards and it fucks them, right? They don't stack the card with Europeans versus Europeans. They bring in the fodder and they're hoping to build up Lanner Kavanaugh. And I would just say that's a tough ask for Lanner Kavanaugh, right? He beat Jose Ochoa via TKO. I'm sorry, Auntan Hovers TKO and Ochoa via decision. And he's not super active, right? He's not super active. I'm all day here on the dog. And I think he might be my official dog play of the week is Felipe Dos Santos here. He's got more experience. He's got the better training partners. He is coming across the pond, but I just have to go with him right here. Let me make sure I'm still talking, and then I'm also going to get some more coffee. Right? Have some coffee, you'll feel better. Right? Have some fucking coffee, you'll feel better. But yeah, Felipe Dos Santos at that plus 250 mark. I mean, dare I? Yeah, I'm gonna jump on it right now, people. I'm gonna jump on that right now. I don't care if they're in England. Yes, this guy Kavanaugh is probably well touted, but you know, for dog money, I got to go with the guy with the more experience, the better training partners, right? I gotta do it. Yeah, minus plus 250. Like, man, I gotta do it, man. Gotta do it. Is that or parking? Which one do I feel more confident? I feel definitely more confident about parking. I feel more confident about parking. I'm gonna put a little something on parking right now. Right now, I'm gonna play something on parking. Right, and then I'm gonna play something on my boy as well. My boy Felipe dos Santos. Parkin's a favorite. He can't be my dog of the week, but I'm gonna play something on him. But let me go and get some coffee. You'll feel better. The coffee gets so cool as I'm streaming. Yeah, the smell the coffee and smell the aroma of my candle. God, nobody's in my stream. It's fucked up, man. It's messed up. Thank you, YouTube. This is going to be video number 421. Most of my videos now are live stream, as yeah, I don't want to put in the work or effort to edit a lot of this information, put it in a form. Although it likes that format, it likes that format, and my content is better in the long format. It just is, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. I come on here and just talk shit. No, easier. Oh yeah, I see my brother doesn't like these grape one a days. Felipe dos Santos, Mike Parkin. Next fight, Jai Herbert. Jai Herbert, just enough said. Jai Herbert at home has the big striking. Right, where are we at? Jai Herbert, right? Chris Padilla versus Jai Herbert. Herbert has more losses. Actually, no, less losses. Doesn't land as active as Padilla. Not as accurate, but he's a better striker. But he absorbs a little bit more. Herbert's got better defense. Remember, Jai Herbert almost knocked out Topuria. He had that fight, man, and Topuria was a huge, huge favorite. That loss against Zaim, I don't like that. He has a draw. Is that against Ludovic Klein? Yeah, a draw. It was very close. I mean, that's good. Being able to stand in there with Ludovic Klein is fucking no joke. That dude hits very hard. He's got a decision win against Kyle Nelson. Another big win. He lost against Topuria in that second round. He beat Kama Worthy, and Kama was a beast, man. Kama's not a. He lost to Moy Kamo, and he got subbed. Yeah, on the floor he's horrible, and he got knocked out by Francisco Trinaldo in the third round. But I think he was winning that fight. Was he? No, he wasn't winning that fight. But let's see where they have the lines here. Jai Herbert is the slight favorite, and I would favor him. And he's in that money line category at minus 125. Dare I parlay, even though you don't need to, Jai Herbert and Parkin? If I parlayed something, that'd be where I'd go. And look at Nathaniel Wood as a dog against Morgan Charret. I'm gonna go Jai Herbert, people. I think the experience, right? He's got more fights in there. He's at home. Padilla beat Rong Shu, which is in Long Top, which are like really two solid, like mid-level victories. But Jai Herbert at home, a little more dynamic, still there, one punch power. Padilla's going to be there to be hit. I just got to go with Jai Herbert on that. And when you get Wood at dog money, right? Nathaniel Wood at dog money. I'm not saying I'm going there. Right? I'm not saying that I'm going there. God, against Morgan Charre. Yeah, very similar. Daniel Wood's like more active, similar accuracy, absorb the same kind of defense. Charre has a little bit better grappling ability, better takedown defense. Yeah, I mean, Wood beat Pineda, lost against Namath, beat Feely, beat Jourdain, which is a good win, beat Juicy Rosa, right? Whereas Morgan Charre lost to Mariscal, beat Miranda, which is a good win. Man, I gotta take Nathaniel Wood in this interest. We're behind on my ESPN looking thing here. Where are you at, ESPN? Where are you at? There you are. You back there? My bad, people. We were talking about people and we were way back. Yeah, there goes Jai Herbert and Chris Padilla from the U.S. I gotta go with Jai Herbert, but Nathaniel Wood against Morgan Charre doesn't have to go very far. Morgan, very, very dynamic fighter himself. What is that? The correct photo of Nathaniel Wood? I don't think so. They got the wrong profile picture there. This is not correct. That is not Nathaniel Wood. Right? Let me see in the profile pic. Yeah, there he goes. That looks a little better. They didn't have the right one initially. Make him look Mexican in that other photo there, but yeah, I'm on Nathaniel Wood at that dog price, right? It's not a great price, but he's just, again, he's got the experience. This Charre though is a tough dude. I remember Charre had a great outing last time, right? Like Charre did do really well. Yeah, he knocked out Gabriel Medina and he knocked out Zashini and Chepe, which is a tough out. He lost the decision, so he went full with Chepe. Man, this is a tough one. I mean, he went, but Chepe fucking schooled him, dogged him. Even though Chepe didn't get the finish. I believe Chepe was on short notice that fight, not positive. So, but any out against Chepe, just surviving with Chepe. But Wood's tough to finish as well. So it's a tough one here. I'm not certain, guys. Look into later this week, and check in with me. I'm is it enough? The price just isn't worth the squeeze there with Wood. Plus 136. Like if he were in that plus 200 range or greater, I'd say jump on him. But this guy definitely can. Chartier can play spoiler for sure. For sure. So I would probably stay away from this one, although it is a very, very, very bettable fight here. Very bettable fight. So we've been going a little bit more. Will we finish this card? I probably could have finished it a lot sooner if I were like doing this. I was hoping other people would join the stream so that we can talk about something else other than MMA. Does that mean I'm getting bored of talking MMA? Is that possible that I'm getting bored of talking MMA? Maybe. It's just a different time, right? Okay, Chris Duncan versus Jordan Vucenic. Is it? Yeah, Vucenic. Duncan, I believe, is another Euro, right? Like Chris Duncan is another English guy, right? From Scotland. Yeah, this is going to be a good fight. And Vucenic is this one's a tough one, man. Another back-to-back bangers, right? The Problem versus the Epidemic. Man, Duncan lands more. This is going to be a brawl. right? Vucenic lost to Cutelade, but Duncan has more experience. It's like, do you lead, go on the experience or just these dynamic strikers? It is a tough out either way because Vucenic is, both guys are really, really, this is going to be a really good fight. We have two, uh, um, you know, outstanding fights back to back. I think a few of them. I think this Lanner Kavanaugh, Felipe Dos Santos is going to be a banger. A bunch of them. Marcin Taboria Parkin is interesting. Wood Charret is going to be interesting. There's Jordan Vucenic versus Chris Duncan's going to be good. And then we get to, so I'm not going to go anywhere with yeah, actually Chris Duncan at plus 300, but it's risky because this guy fucking Vucenic is a beast. At that price, I'm missing something. They're not, I'm a little higher on Duncan than Vegas is, and that's a problem, right? So check in with me later in the week. We will be back. We will be talking about a few more things here. Molly McCann versus Alexia Tinara. Her boy is not on here. Right? Alexa looks more as like a grappler. I'd have to do more tape study on both these girls to really give. She's from Brazil. I wonder what her jujitsu background is like, right? Because we know what Molly McCann does, and she's part of the Rebus family. I'd have to do a little bit more discovery on Alexa here, right? If she is like a pure grappler, she definitely might have a better chance. And she won by decision on the Contender Series against Rose Gonsincero. And she had three takedowns for only 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes of control. Right? That's not a great look. 3 of 3 takedowns, 1 submission attempt. I have to go see that fight again. And that's a tough out. I mean, depending on, I have to go look at that fight again. And the problem with McCann is she's just not improving. Right? She's just stagnated. She's one of those ladies, like, a lot of people should go train with, like, Angela Hill. Right? Like, I think Angela Hill is going to be a great coach. When she's at that stage, she improved her game. Like, she's a woman that started off as a pure striker and, Thai boxer, and then just improved her game. And Molly McCann, I just think, is stagnant. Right? She's one-dimensional, doesn't have great wrestling, doesn't have great boxing either. Nothing, like, outstanding that... it's tough for me to go with McCann, even though if Patty Pimlet were on this card, I'd be McCann all day, all day, easy money as a dog, Molly McCann. But no, in this instance, no way. Here we go. We're gonna go really quickly with this Gunnar Nelson and Kevin Holland. It's pretty simple, people. Kevin Holland just still another person. Not the best wrestling, not the best jiu-jitsu. And he's going against Gunnar Nelson, right? So with Molly McCann, I don't have a pick yet. I don't think I'd go for dog right away on Molly McCann. And I'm not jumping on Gunnar at that minus 125 price because Holland could hit him, right? Gunnar has his hands down. So does Kevin Holland. So lackadaisical, and Gunnar seems lackadaisical. Like, both guys don't seem like they give a shit, right? They're just there for the paycheck. Like, they both have something else to do. Like, Kevin Holland is like probably just wants to smoke weed and drive his car around and beat up, gangbangers, where Gunnar Nelson wants to drink beer, fucking hike and play pool and hang out with his people. They're both laid back people. I mean, both guys are very laid back, but we saw what happened to Holland last fight. Just can't stop a takedown. And he taps quick. He tapped like chicken. The dude taps quick. And against Gunnar Nelson, in 15 minutes, he's going to get taken down. Whether he gets subbed, I don't know. But it's likely that he will get subbed. Gunnar will Holland just gives up so easily. He'll talk shit. Gunner will be backpacking him, and Holland's going to be talking shit to him rather than defending the hands. He'd be say, "Hey, why are you backpacking me? Come on, let's stand up." It's like, dude, it's an MMA fight. That isn't going to happen. Gunner isn't going to let that happen to you. At dog money, you got to grab Holland, but Holland's coming across the pond, very active, a live dog for sure. I just don't trust him. So inconsistent. But so is Gunnar Nelson, not the most consistent fighter either. If he can't take you down, you could piece him up easily. But fucking goddamn Holland's takedown defense is so bad, right? His takedown defense is so bad. Or does it takedown accuracy? Where's it? Let me see here. Let me see where we at. Let's see what Holland's takedown defense is. It's not very good. I already know off the gate, it's not very good. Yeah, lost to the Riddler, lost against Page, lost against Jack Magdalena. Holland's on the down skid, man. Right? Yeah, his takedown defense is 53%. 53%. Right? I'm surprised Olajayshuk didn't fucking take him down. Colin got the sub on Olajayshuk, but I think that was a lucky sub. Page, nope. Colin had takedowns but didn't do anything with it. Nothing against Jack Magdalena. Chiesa, he beat Chiesa because he avoided the takedowns. He got a sub. Right? Ponzi, he beat Ponzi, knocking him out. He lost to Thompson, even though he did take him out. He got knocked out there. Lost to Kamzat. We saw that. Got subbed. Beat Tim Means, sub Tim Means, but that's not saying anything. KO'd Alex Oliveira. That's, Lost to Vittori. Vittori fucking took him down 11 times. I remember that. That was embarrassing. Derek Brunson. He lost to Brunson. Brunson took him 6 times down. Yeah, it's. I just can't trust Holland, even at dog prices. But it's dogger pass. I'm going to stay away. It is dogger pass, but I'm going to stay away. I think Holland can knock him out. But if he starts to play and he rolls around with Gunner, he's not. I doubt he subs Gunner. But if he wants to play that game, he's going to have lots of problems. He's going to get reversed and he's going to get subbed himself. So it's Kevin Holland by decision or possibly even TKO and Gunner by submission. And then Carlos Ulberg versus Polish Power, Jan Blachowicz. Another quick one is the thing is here is Jan Blachowicz is getting up there in age. Stands too much. Ulberg has never been tested on the ground, man. Why won't it's what Jan has just been more comfortable striking. He's getting a great paycheck, right? He's getting a great paycheck, and this is a big step up for Ulberg. But Jan, man, if this is his career. Ulberg still might have a chance, but Jan could still be in the whole championship discussion with a win here, and he's a big dog. I want to favor Jan. It's just that age. He's slower. Ulberg's fast. City kickboxing, and Ulberg, let's look at like his takedowns in the last, yes, he took down fucking Israel Adesanya a ton, right? Three takedowns in that fight, but he had 3 takedowns against Pieta to keep it live, right? That's what he needs to do. And in fact, that could have went either way. That decision could have either went either way. Ankalaev actually took him down more, and that could have went either way. It was a draw, yeah. I think that it could have went either way, right? If they scored, Ankalaev struck more, but if they scored control, because let's see the control time, Ankalaev had a lot more control. Jan got away with one over there. Rasic, no takedowns. Yeah, he hasn't had any takedowns since Adesanya. It's not a good look for him, right? He beat Cannonier but via 4 takedowns, right? Devin Clark submitted him 1 takedown. Koumans, he lost against Koumans. Not a good look. One takedown. Lost to Gustafson, where Gustafson took him down 4 times, right? Corey Anderson took him down 4 times. Lost to Jim Minua. What happened to Minua? And he beat Latifi. Wow, that was a boring fight. He knocked him out. Yeah. Jan, even though he's got wrestling, he's more of a striker. And his problem here is that he's facing a much younger, faster Uberg. Although Uberg's coming all the way from Australia. I don't like that price, but I'm going to stay away. I'm not going to pull the trigger on Jan just because of the age. And he's just not dynamic anymore. Slower. Uber's going to be fast, going to be able to move around the cage. It depends what kind of Uber comes in, how fresh he is. And, basically that's it, how fresh he is. So going to the main event here. So I'm going to go with Uber, just speed, age, training with the champ, right? At City Kickboxing, younger, faster. Jan not going to fucking wrestle. Not, gonna get tagged, gonna quit. Right? Jan's there for the paycheck, I think. So I can't, there's no value in Uber. It's not dog or pass. I just don't think Jan, the best of Jan might be beyond him, even though he's faced much, much better competition. But he's really lost that fight against Ankalaev, right? He beat Rasic, but he's really lost 1, 2, 3 of his last 4 fights, right? And Israel Adesanya, we can't consider that, right? He did knock out Dominic Reyes to get that belt, but that was, in 2020, like 5 years ago. Like, I think the best is past him. It's the young dog's time. It's Uberg's time, even though I'm not a big fan of Uberg. And I don't think he beats Pieta. I don't think he beats, definitely doesn't beat Ankalaev. He doesn't beat any of the other people, right? So, I was thinking of the Czech guy, but all right, Brady and Leon Edwards. It's like basically a matchup of the championship matchup that Leon Edwards already had with fucking our boy, right? With Bilal Muhammad, right? I think Bilal is a better wrestler, not a better jiu-jitsu guy, but a better wrestler. We saw that the Bilal against Brady is a better boxer, right? He was able, Brady was able to beat Burns. He beat Gastelum. He lost to Muhammad. He beat Chiesa. He beat Matthews. Whereas Leon Edwards beat Covington. He beat Usman again. He beat Diaz, but that loss to Muhammad. Edwards at home, at dog money, I'm on Edwards all day. I mean, Edwards got to also, Edwards is my better dog than, because Brady's going to have a hard time. He doesn't do well. He didn't do well when he went over to, against Bilal Muhammad, when he went over to, the desert. When he went to Dubai, he didn't do well. Hopefully he's gotten there a little bit sooner, but this is a good opportunity for Edwards to remain in title discussion. He needs this, and Brady needs this pretty bad too, right? He needs this really bad, right? He needs this really, really bad. How come I don't see that? Okay. Right. He needs this really bad at dog money. It's Edwards all day. Edwards all day at plus 150. I'm on that dog money. He is another one of my bets. Right? He is dog money. Edwards all day. Takedown defense, good get-up game, better striking, better boxing. Just got to defend those takedowns. Defend. I'm on Edwards. That would be my second dog of the night. My main dog probably will be Edwards. And I've had him as a dog numerous times. Take the previous champ at home for dog money. It's a no-brainer, right? It's a no-brainer for me. All right, people, we are out of here. It is Edwards. Edwards is my official, at plus 150, is my official dog of the week. He is my dog play of the week. In fact, let me I don't have a card for him, but we'll look at his profile here. Yeah, boom. All right, my dog play of the week. There he is, Edwards. Leon Edwards, my official dog play of the week, people. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining the stream. I am the Bout Better. We could have talked about other things, but there was nobody here. There was nobody to talk to. Let me know what you guys think of this card in the chat. We went on. All right, cool. 50 minutes, not horrible. Edwards, Leon Edwards right now. Leon Edwards plus 150. Previous champ, better striking in England, in his home, against a wrestler that has got to travel. Edwards' takedown defense is highly underrated, right? Highly underrated. Yes, Bilal did school him, right? But in this instance, right, I just don't think that Brady is going to be able to do what Bilal did to him with 9 takedowns, right? I mean, the formula is there, right? The formula is there. And Bilal was able to, like, 12 minutes control time, man. If Brady could repeat that, I just don't think it was the same Rocky that we saw and we've seen before. You know he's got to be training. Rocky does and has been having his wrestling getting better. He's just got to continue to do that. He's got to defend those takedowns. But people, if you've made it this far, you are about better. Thank you so much for anybody that listens to this stuff. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Do YouTube things. We will see you soon. I'll be streaming again soon. So thank you very much. Thank you. You are about better.